What
thanks
it
for
do,
joining us.
fuckers?
What up, bitches?
Yeah.
Welcome everybody to the Shortbus Society podcast, where handlers need not apply. My name is Melvin Sinclair. You can follow me on Twitch at PixelBro, and I'm gay.
Okay then. Well, Melvin is, his entire personality is that he's gay. But anyway, my name's Kyle. Kyle. I'm not giving a last name because I don't feel like being doxxed today or anytime in the near future. But you can follow me on Twitch at Dirty Jr. trademark. And then we got our boy Arthur.
Hello, it's me, Arthur. You can follow
It's
me.
a me.
It's a me, Arthur.
Hey, Louis.
That's stupid.
You
Yeah.
can follow me on Arthur EZG on Twitch when I stream on the rare occasion.
What up? It's your boy Sean, otherwise known
And
as
Sean, anyway,
Unspoken.
let's go.
What?
For the few times I'm on Twitch, hit me up at Didn't Do Nothing.
Fantastic. All right, boys. How's everybody's day? Let's start with that shit. I mean, I fucking work.
Oh, hang on.
What?
Melvin, you said you were going to blow up my asshole the second we start recording.
Oh, well, I mean, I just thought I might as well do us a courtesy and maybe actually,
There is no courtesies in blowing up assholes.
Well, I just thought I might as well, it's like buying somebody dinner first, so I thought I would just do that. So
I guess. Yeah.
Kyle, how was your day?
It was good. I did a lot of errands
Shut the
today.
fuck up! Shut the fuck up!
Okay.
Listen, answer it. Gun to your head. Which one's Chip? Which one's Dale? And why do they sound homosexual?
Chip is the one with the black nose. Dale is the one with the red nose.
God damn it! I didn't
canceled.
think he was gonna fucking answer it. But thank you very much, Disney man, because I want to start this podcast off right by talking about the horror of our reality that is the Rescue Rangers fucking movie that got announced recently. Have you guys heard about this shit?
The live action Chip and Dale movie.
The live action Chip and Dale movie that starts with a Chip and Dale's reference, and one of them is voiced by John Mulaney, known non-homosexual with the most homosexual voice on the planet. It is fucking horrendous what the hell they're doing to us.
Yes, this is why Melvin prefaced the podcast with that he was gay, so that he wouldn't get in trouble by talking about gay voices.
We're talking shit about John Mulaney's queer voice.
To be fair, where he does this bit about the airlines, I'm just like, that made me raise my brow and be like, is this man? Maybe.
Is this man, like, literally, that's all of his entire thing, is that he has the gayest voice I've ever seen. I mean, love him to death, he's funny, but just that man.
There's no way he isn't gay because, one, he has the gayest voice, and two, he's very funny.
Oh, that's true. That's okay. That makes sense, actually. You're right. Yeah. But, God, can we just talk about how, like, Disney is managing to fuck up something that fucking Roger Rabbit did back in the fucking 90s? Like, it looks so uncanny. Like, have you guys actually seen the trailer?
I wasn't the only one to think that.
Yeah, like they're cutting corners. Like, again, I went to school for it, and then lo and behold, I didn't work too long in the industry. But what they're doing is like the VFX. They're just doing it is a cell shading essentially of like a 3D model for the 2D version, and it doesn't look good. Like the lighting looks improper in most shots. Like he looks very flat. And
yeah,
it looks like. I mean, if it was like a fan film, I'd be this is pretty good. But this is Disney, you know?
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
and it's
like the fucking pinnacle of the standard of animation.
Exactly, and that's what makes it even more of an insult. Is like these are the people that had a stranglehold on animation for damn near generations now, and they're releasing this gross-looking bullshit. It's like, dude.
Well, like you said, Melvin, they're cutting corners, and as a former employee, and I don't speak on behalf of the company, of course.
Please don't sue us. Please don't sue us.
Yeah,
for the love of God.
But I've noticed firsthand from, employee meetings and things like that, where they're cutting corners and just how detrimental it can be. And now it's bleeding over into their films, which was really their only saving grace as they were cutting all the corners possible in the parks, especially during the peak of COVID. They were cutting every fucking corner that they possibly could, but their only thing that was saving them was Disney Plus and their films. But now Disney Plus has hit a plateau and they're cutting corners in their films. So it's just, where does it end and when are they just going to fall off completely?
Seriously.
Yeah, I think the I think it's multiple hands in this pot that is like somebody's hand is stickier than the others, and somebody's like, "Oh, what have you been touching?" Oh, the Chippendale
Kids.
Rescue Rangers. And so,
Chippendales.
but
Holy
like that's
shit.
because like there are like so like apparent. I've yet to see these animated films, but I know that like Encanto and like Turning Red has had some success because like, of course, with like Encanto, because it's like, oh, it's kind of like the new Disney girl, Disney princess, which is typical. And then Turning Red, I've heard like pretty good reviews, but like the issue is like it was meant to go into theaters, and then because of COVID, they're just like, yeah, we'll just put on Disney Plus. And I feel bad for the animators because they're just like, wait, we wanted this to be on like in the big screen, and they're like, yeah, sorry about that.
Hot
So
take.
like, so there is like a bunch of hands that like there are still some good things like at least like Disney or like Pixar produces, but at the same time, there's just so much like intermingling and just what we see is just kind of like corporate or just like other people are just like, no, let's go in another direction that's like meant to save money or meant to make more money or to cut corners or to make things quote unquote easier when the for the medium animation's not really easy. It's
Absolutely not. Hot take.
And-
Fucking Turning Red is not at all a movie that should have ever gone onto the big screen. It is a C-list movie at best.
I literally thought it was a Pixar short for the longest time.
Right, exactly. And then you watch it and you're like, wow, this is in just utterly ham-fisted, uncomfortable movie, and it feels like a student project.
And I hate the design of the main character of Encanto. Fucking, what's her name? Mirabelle? I hate her design. She looks like she's going to speak very loudly on speakerphone in the middle of Target and really annoy me and get on my fucking nerves for the rest of the day.
Are you sure that's not because of her skin color, Kyle?
joke's on you, Kyle. That's my type.
No comment.
Bangers.
I'm the
Absolute
racist fall in
bangers.
love with the brown girl.
Been fallen in love with the e-girl.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, but speaking about Turning Red, did you hear that there was a YouTuber who like made the point just like this film takes place around 2002, but there's no prevalent evidence or no talking about the effects of 9/11. And it's just like this is in Canada. This is 2002, and as a kid, while that may affect you, you don't want to think about that. But,
Right.
like, and just like it just sounds like it's a tonal whiplash. It's just like, oh, it's about a girl growing up and changes to the body. It's like a puberty reference. Yeah, what about 9/11?
Yeah, literally just shoehorning 9/11 into this completely unrelated thing.
Like
is
Lois
hilarious.
Griffin.
Yeah. 9/11.
I must be PMSing. All of a sudden,
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Line Street's gotten to him. All right, when's the funeral?
Hello, Sean?
Sean, you there?
I'm here. Yeah, I'm here.
The
I made
Duchess
my point.
Wi-Fi is acting funny right now.
Oh man. Oh,
Oh,
fuck.
I am on Wi-Fi. I think I'm turning the show.
Oh shit. Well, your Wi-Fi's not great, homie. No, but like, can we really? Okay.
5G, boy.
Am I about to fucking admit that I'm getting old? Because I don't find any Disney movies as culturally relevant as like when I was at
They're very
maximum
shallow.
15.
They're very hollow, shallow, and just soulless.
Are we
It's-
just
Right now
old and
they're
in denial? Is that what's going
concentrating.
on?
Here's the thing,
No.
though. Oh, no, go on, Sean. Go on.
Yeah, sorry.
Well, I was thinking that we are in a, I don't know what to call it, but besides the word epidemic of woke garbage.
Word,
Yeah.
honestly.
I see.
But it is just weird, that nothing like Luca. Did anybody even like? Huh?
Well,
again,
honestly, I forgot Luca until you brought it up. I'm not even
Literally,
sure which one that is, to be honest.
Luca and Encanto are kind of like the same sort of movie, which is just Moana light. Right? I'm on IMDb, and I'm like, okay, let's go through what Disney has released in the last like year or so, or like the last few years, and see what actually like points out. Hold on, Disney.
Are we gonna do like a garbage to good movie ratio?
No, just to like what the fuck, was recently released that we even remember or care about. I'm just gonna go down the list of apparently the things that have been, or whatever comes up when you look up Disney on IMDb. Number one is Doctor Strange. No. Okay, hold on. Preface: Marvel movies don't count. We don't count these. So, all right. So Turning Red, we know about but don't care about. Encanto, I know about, don't care about. What the? Thanks, Kyle. Appreciate it. Like,
Yep.
Lightyear, that's coming out. I
Mm.
really don't care about.
Mm-mm-mm.
that actually
I
looks
care
pretty
about
good.
it for other reasons.
Yeah.
Why is that, Kyle? Is it because you look like the render of Buzz Lightyear?
No. Maybe. Shut up.
There's a movie about
Fucker.
me.
No, I care because I
It's a
don't
literally me
I
movie
don't
for Kyle.
like on any part people being silenced for their political beliefs.
Mhm.
I don't like people being silenced for their religious beliefs. I don't like people being silenced for their beliefs in general.
Word.
Tim Allen was cut as the role of Buzz Lightyear because of his conservative political beliefs, and Chris Evans has now taken over the role as Buzz Lightyear.
Wait.
I don't want it. I didn't know about
I don't
this.
want it. I didn't know about this either. I didn't give a shit about it, but now I
I'd
give
rather have nothing.
negative shit. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I'm surprised that
Holy
you didn't
shit.
hear about that. It's pretty bad.
Thanks
But
for
you
clearing
know,
me
of
up.
course, Disney's like, oh no,
spoiled.
we didn't cut him because of his political belief. Bullshit.
Bullshit. Absolute bullshit.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Because the people of Florida, because of this whole, I don't want to get into politics, but Disney's jumping itself into the middle of the political race because there's this fucking bill in Florida called the Parental Rights and Education Bill, aka the Don't Say Gay Bill, in big quotes there, which prevents the teaching of sexual education between the ages of kindergarten and third grade, which is a topic for opinions outside of a podcast, but regardless, it's something that our governor Ron DeSantis wants to put into place. And people are saying, Disney, you should protest this. What the fuck does Disney have to do with that?
Literally nothing at all. Like, what?
It's
Maybe
because
the fact that they're
Disney.
their own government body.
It's because Disney is a quote woke company, and people think that they're on all sides of everything because they sold a rainbow backpack for a PR stunt, and they threw them a bone. That side of the political spectrum, and then them throwing them a bone is pissing off all the freaking conservative idiots that like can't possibly think outside of a bubble of QAnon and aka my dad. And so like Disney not taking a stand in a political thing that they have nothing to do is pissing off the people that they threw a bone, because the people that they threw a bone think that Disney just cares about that shit for some reason. And they just pissed off the other people on the other side because they threw those people a bone to begin with. So everybody hates Disney on a political standpoint right now. So it's pretty fucking funny.
And their shares have like just tanked.
Oh my god, it's hilarious.
It's hilarious.
Corporate
Anyway, so
entity, could you please save us from a big government? And
yeah, right. It's dystopian.
Who do you think
super
we are?
dystopian. Yeah.
What do you think we are? You
well,
got yourself in this situation.
Disney is its own government body.
Fuck, dude.
It's
Fuck, man.
it's like 2 or 3 bills away from like actually being its own government body.
It's gonna be the Vatican of capitalism, is what it's gonna be. It's gonna be just beef and
that is literally like since this is also games podcast, this is like a premise for Cyberpunk 2077.
Oh, here we go.
Night
That was a good
City.
segue.
Night City is essentially like it's a city state. Like it's its own micro country essentially that's like has a bunch of corporate entities and like mingling with like police and like mayors and governments in there. And
You think it would
so
fall under a banana republic in that case?
I mean, it is possible
Or a
that they could
waffle
be
state?
trying to do that. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like that's a premise for for Cyberpunk 76. Like corporate entities running city states. And like the thought of that is just like, guys, we're gonna be there. Keanu Reeves is gonna come out and say, "Wake up, samurai."
Also, Keanu Chungus is gonna just be like, "Wake the fuck up, mommy! I pissed the bed."
What the fuck? Thank you for the fucking vocal flashbang that was, Kyle. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
But like that's
Oh,
the thing.
Jesus.
It's like it's scary to think about. Like hell, like just kind of like how
Come on.
much money
Come on.
like how much money goes to people's heads.
Yeah. Fucking it is, yeah, it really is concerning though, because especially now I'm looking over like all of the recent, Disney movies released this year, and like I only really give a shit at all about none of them. Like literally not a one. I
Yeah.
can't even like look, I'll just blast them off real fast. Okay, so we were at Encanto, Eternals, Shang-Chi, or I lied. I forgot my rule.
Marvel rule.
So so the list got even shorter because the Marvel movies don't count. Jungle Cruise.
Jungle Cruise came out.
Did anybody even fucking watch or
Here's the
know
thing.
about Jungle Cruise?
One of my, I guess, friends who still works at Disney. He works at no, he will defend them through everything. I'm not sure why, but he works at the Jungle Cruise attraction. Like that's like his home. That's his baby. Like that's just what he does. He loves it, and I don't blame him. I wouldn't mind sitting on a boat telling shitty jokes all day either. It sounds awesome. You don't have to walk. You just stand there and pretend to pilot a boat that's on a track underwater and just tell shitty jokes while animatronic animals spit water at the boat. That sounds like a fucking great gig. And I almost got it too, and I would probably still be with Disney if I got it. But I stayed in food and beverage and wanted to kill myself. But he loves it. He saw the movie, said the movie was great, and then I just saw trailers and I was just like, the first thing I saw Dwayne Johnson and I said, "No, I'm good."
Yeah, honestly. It's like it
The
literally
only thing was missing was Kevin Hart.
Right. It literally looks like bargain bin buddy cop movie stuff. Like it doesn't look like anything of value was put into Jungle Cruise other than whatever butt fuck ton of money that Disney threw at it.
Yeah.
Let's keep going down the list here.
Pals, Kevin Hart.
Okay, yeah. I want to break the Marvel rule really quick for a second. Because like me and Linda we were anyway big fans of the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. And
I think they're solid.
Because Homecoming, fantastic. Far From Home, pretty good. It was pretty good. And then No Way Home, dog shit. Utter fucking trash. It was so bad. It was awful. I don't want to give any spoilers, but I'm just going to say they played it up for everything that it was. Oh, wow, look at this. Multiverse converging. Spider-Man villains coming in from, hey, Peter. That kind of shit. And, hey, Peter. But, multiverse converging. And then, by the end, they undid everything that happened in every single Spider-Man movie.
I mean, okay, but time out. Look,
With a full retcon.
No. Look, I have to say, I can't get mad at a Spider-Man movie ending with a retcon, knowing and having read Spider-Man arcs. Like, I feel like, in a way, if anybody, because of course, I feel like the people that had to make No Way Home had to give half of a shit about the Spider-Man property.
You
And
want to die on
anybody
that
that
hill?
gives
You sure?
anybody anyway, anybody that gives half of a shit about Spider-Man knows that there's so much retcon bullshit and so much run around looping timeline bullshit that happens in Spider-Man that it's almost could be considered a nod to the original source material to have the Spider-Verse end on something that completely nullifies everything that happened.
God.
You know what I mean? Like, so I can't say that that's necessarily a dig at the movie personally, because I know that that's literally what happens at the end of every Spider-Man arc. Like,
I just want you to take that example, and you basically just said, yeah, shit movies are shit just to go with the theme.
no. Don't get me wrong. Look, shit movies and shit story writing are completely fucking inexcusable. But
Yeah, but you're like, it goes to the source material to fuck up the entire storyline.
It totally does, though. It totally does, and I can't be too mad. You know what I mean? Because also,
Yes, you can.
But also, it has to. You have to understand where I'm coming from on this. I absolutely hate Marvel movies. Point blank. Period. I hate what they've done to media, and I hate what they've done to comic books. I just can't stand them, and it's fucking annoying. So, as a guy who doesn't really give that much of a shit about continuity in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and has a sort of haha funny comic bullshit approach to reading comic books, that's where my take is coming from, and it's totally my own take. But I can't say that necessarily takes away from the movie, because it kind of makes sense. If you got 3 different timelines coming together, having anything of value be done by like the end of that movie would fuck up a lot of the other. Also, there's other bullshit with legal shit between Sony, Marvel, and Disney, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's the issue. That's
Yeah.
why I think that's why there was like the whole like you said. Apparently, there's a retcon because
Yeah.
I remember reading something about like Morbius coming out, and there was like
You Morbin, bro?
Yo, you Morbin? It's Morbin time.
Morbin? It's Morbin time, nigga.
Oh my god. I want to talk about Morbius. That movie is dog shit. I gotta talk about it every single time I even hear it.
Did you see it? Did you see it?
Yes, I legitimately saw it. I had to.
Did you see it in the Regal cinemas in like
Wait,
the
did anybody else see it?
No.
I didn't see it. I've just been seeing bullshit about it on iFunny.
Right.
Wait, let me tell you, you've been blessed. I'm just watching the movie is a detriment to anything you enjoy. They literally go. There's a scene, right? It's not important scene at all, where homeboy Morbius is cuffed up, and he literally goes, "You won't like me when I'm hungry." Like, really, nigga?
Holy shit, that's fucking
really?
You're
great.
gonna take that from Hulk?
Oh my
Holy
god. Come on, bro. It's like, okay, here's the thing. They're really playing into the Marvel, I guess, formula way too hard. Like, okay, it worked in, like Civil War. It worked in
06.
Infinity War. It worked in
Oh,
Okay, cool. Craig is back and we're now recording.
All
right.
Later on, we'll see how much we lost. Anyway.
No, it literally just popped up like 1 second ago. It was
Oh, sweet.
I set it up so I get a notification when it does that.
Awesome.
Awesome.
I will add the typical interlude music. The technical
Nah, put the breakdown and the break sounds from fucking Gurren Lagann. Do it.
Yeah. I'd hear breakdown. I think of a JoJo.
Breakdown.
Anyway, okay, so we were talking about Marvel shit.
Morbin, Spider-Man.
Morbin and Spider-Man. But like
Morgan Paul.
yeah, you know what I mean? And that's I was kind of
Morbius sweep.
fucking I was kind of looking forward to Morbius. I almost called it Mobius.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sonic the Hedgehog, which is another movie we could talk about. Anyway, but Morbius was like, you know, it seemed like it was going to go for something darker, a little more serious, and Morbius as a character in comic books, as a sort of understated, very dark fucking Marvel comic, I was like, oh, cool. This one isn't going to be a bunch of flashy bullshit and a bunch of one-liners thrown at me. And now
that's where you're wrong.
Yeah, apparently I'm fucking wrong. So there's just no soul in these movies. Like it really sucks because, you know, I could see at the very beginning of like the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe thing, like when they were still kind of just independent movies made by people who really wanted to see these characters on the big screen, kind of was cool. You know what I mean? But now we got to worry about, you know, oh, we got to sell to China. We got to sell as many seats as possible. So we have to make these inherently, you know, differing characters all fit the same sort of mold of what's marketable. And that's bullshit because it takes away from what's actually enjoyable about these characters. Like, fucking the last, I think, Marvel character in the movies that I've enjoyed was fucking RDJ as Iron Man. And that's because he was accurate and an actual character like he was in the comic book. Everybody else was it's just like whatever. You know what I mean? And then since then, who gives a fuck about Iron Man anymore? You know what I mean? Like, yeah. But anyway, go ahead and rip into my asshole, Sean. I'm ready. I'm lubed up. Go ahead.
Well, going back to the whole shit movies are on point. They go with the theme because they're shit. That's like saying the whole Freddy Krueger. Oh yeah, we make a movie every 3 years to appease the demon. It doesn't matter if they're shit movies as long as they're made. Freddy Krueger gets he stays in his box or whatever. That's basically what they're saying. Oh, they're all right. As long as they stay shit because it's with the theme.
With intent. No, but that's the thing, is that if something is done with intent, I can let it pass. And if I had any sort of, there's a part of me that wants to say that, the retconning of the actions done in No Way Home makes sense because it could be seen as a subtle nod to the way that always happens at the end of Spider-Man arcs. Like, yeah, I feel like if it was done with intent, that's clever. And I don't think that's necessarily wrong, Like, I feel like that's a good way to fucking make a movie if you wanted to, appeal to the audience. Because but the reason why I feel that way is because I don't give a shit about the continuity of the Marvel movies. I fucking hate them. Like, I think the last time that I liked a Marvel movie was Spider-Man Homecoming. And I liked that movie so much that it actually stopped me from finger blasting my girlfriend at the time in the movie theater and possibly catching a charge. Yeah, no, I was watching this movie and she was a hoe, but whatever. It
was so bad that
I literally, it's the most soy boy shit, I have to admit, but I did it. I was sitting there and she was putting my hand on her thigh and shit, and I was like, all right, fuck it. And then something happened in the movie and I was like, oh shit.
Oh, you hear this? Melvin's a phony. I thought he was gay. He's a phony. A fraud.
I'm a fraud.
A fraud, a buffoon, a rapscallion, a trickster.
God damn it. Oh, man.
I remember seeing a post like that where online somebody went to go on a date and there was a movie playing on the TV as he was doing the deed, and then he just stopped to watch, and then the girl was just like, "You serious?" That's basically you.
It's
There's a
real.
difference in the kitchen
It's
nightmares
real.
and he's trying to make a vinaigrette in 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
It's
That's
not
true.
happening.
That's true.
Honestly, shit.
Yeah, but it's funny. It is funny how certain media just becomes incaptivating when you least expect it.
Literally.
For instance, after like being like hung over with friends, like after going out, like this is when I was doing like VFX stuff in the city.
Yep.
Basically, everybody crashed at my apartment for the night, and it was dope. I had a great time, and then it was just like, like I'll make pancakes. Let me put something on for like everybody while we like make breakfast. And I put on Great British Baking like show, like the Great British Bake Off, and then like we were all sucked into it. We were like, gripping, just like, oh, Javert, you idiot, no. Come on, and it's like Stacy, come on, you can do it. It's just like, oh, Margaret, and it's like that show itself. It is both
Margaret
intent.
Thatcher.
Margaret Thatcher is fucking dead.
A wicked bitch is dead.
But I love Great British Bake Off because like it is both like you're really into it because you want to see like just these like people like succeed, and at the same time too they're very nice about it. It's just like it's all right, Gerald. Just like
You tried your best, mate. You really did. Oh, thank you. I was going to fucking try. Me mum taught me how to cook brownies at a young age and tried to carry it on.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's how they are. And then meanwhile, like in American shows, they have this symbol noise, like as it's just like, look at
The Hell's Kitchen
Yeah.
noise.
I can't even do it. I can't even fucking do it. I have voice mod installed and I have that on my soundboard, but I can't.
It's
I'm
just
dying
like,
over here.
oh my god. And then like Gordon Ramsay's just like the most Americanized British man. He's like, you fucking idiot. You fucking retard. You fucking like.
Yeah, and then it's just like the other co-host is just like, this is terrible. I want to feed this to my
It's awful.
dog.
I wouldn't feed this to my fucking asshole. You asshole. Like
They
Man's
just,
just going off.
they rip into it, and they also play up the
me
drama.
and my
just
other contestants are like, yes, chef. Yes, chef.
Hey, chef, may I have another?
Yes, chef. Please. Please
But
beat
your
me some more, chef.
grandmother's
Please, chef.
OnlyFans. Yes,
Yes,
chef.
chef.
Of course, chef.
Yes, chef.
Yes, chef.
It's like, and also like they just play up the drama too, like just kind of
Please.
like
Please
make
fuck
it-
my wife, chef.
no, they play it up like to make it so like you're like the people who are competing against you, like in the American ones, they make
Yeah.
it so it's just like you have to hate your rival, or it's just like like I was so glad that they failed at their filet mignon. Like I knew that the chef wouldn't recognize my greatness, and it's just like Great British Bake Off is so good because it's just chill and like people are just like, it's all right, you did great,
And they help each other.
They do
Right,
help each
right.
other, and it's so nice. What was the
Here we
German
are.
guy that we were cheering on, Kyle? What was his-
Jurgen?
Jurgen, yeah, Jurgen made
Jurgen
the
and
baby.
Giuseppe, bro. Oh, yo.
Yeah, Jurgen made the baby cake.
He did make the baby cake. And then Giuseppe made the what was it? He made some like Jack and the Beanstalk cake, and then, like it was very impressive. And then like me and Linda were laughing because they were one of the head judges was like, "Oh, Giuseppe, you have to give me this recipe." And Linda's Italian, and we all know Italians don't have recipes.
Yeah,
That
no,
shit's just kind of by word
Quanto
of mouth.
basta. Quanto basta is how it's called.
Really?
Quanto basta.
What's
Enough. It means like just enough.
Yeah, it's
Quanto
like,
basta.
there is no recipes in Italian
Mhm.
culture. It's just passed down by word of mouth between generations. It's not written
I
down
fucking love
anywhere.
Italians.
Yeah.
Me too, bro. That's why I'm marrying one.
yeah, all right.
Like,
Fucking hell.
I just like, I like again, like you. Yeah, let's go into Italians. Let's just say how much we love Italians, because
Fuck
Yeah,
yeah, dude.
fucking
Italians,
guineas.
bro. Fucking wops, mate. Fucking love them.
Yeah, love them, bro.
But just like the bravado that they have, and just kind of like, hey, like and like the family values too.
No. Hang on, Arthur.
Yeah.
I gotta stop you there. Family values in Italian families are a funny thing. Very hilarious. Because the pinnacle of respect in your entire life revolves around your grandmother. There is nothing that outranks your grandmother. other than a great grandmother. But most of the time, they're no longer around because they're old as dirt.
Yeah, they're nonna.
No, Nani.
Nani.
Nani is the great grandmother. The grandmother at the time is Nana.
Oh,
so Linda's Nana is a very sweet lady most of the time. She's very nice. She's very nurturing to a lot of people.
and
but
then randomly out of nowhere, why are you marrying that fat fuck?
I'm actually loved by everybody. I don't know what I've done. I don't know what's going on. Nobody has any gripes with me. Everybody has gripes with everybody else's boyfriends and girlfriends. I'm just the golden boy for some fucking reason. But anyway, Linda's Nana is very nice. She's very sweet. She's very nurturing to everybody. She gives advice to everybody, and it's not like unsolicited advice. Like, yes, like it comes out of nowhere, but like it's very relevant to like what you're going through, and it's like, wow, like you can just tell that she has a lot of wisdom, and she's very sweet with everything that she says. However, sometimes I guess like she maybe gets bored and just starts like a cataclysmic world-ending fight between whichever family member she chooses to do so in the process. It's like she has like a fucking wheel in her closet and just spins it and goes, all right, yep, they're getting fucked over this week. And like, it's hilarious to me. I mean, it's not funny because like it's like family turmoil, but like within the Italian family unit, you can have this absolutely destructive blow-up fight that would destroy any other family and cause, like, excommunications. But 2 weeks goes by, and it's like it never happened. It's fucking crazy to me. I cannot understand that, especially coming from a guy who has recently excommunicated himself from his parents.
Yeah.
So, like, I cannot understand that. Like, there's just, like, levels of, like, disrespect towards their children that, like, I just cannot comprehend. And it's so fucking weird. What is this? The Fisher-Price baby's first gamepad has just been modded to play what? Let me guess. Smash Brothers.
No, Elden
Ring! Of course!
That would have been. I actually love that you said that because now I want to play fucking Smash Brothers on this thing. I didn't mean for this to derail the conversation. I wanted us to talk about it later, but okay.
I gotta add this.
Imagine like just playing like Melee and just like wave dashing, but it still has the fucking sound effects on the fucking controller. It's just yeah, wow, yeah, A, B, C, wow, yeah, A, B, C, wow.
Imagine going to a Smash tournament and you're like, all right, I practiced all night.
Serious fucking mind games in the competitive scene. It's just like, all right, my competitor does not have headphones. He's not listening to music. Now all he has to hear is, wow, yeah, A, B, wow, yeah, wow, 1, 2, wow, A, B, C, wow, 3, wow.
No, wait, because here's the thing. Okay, so in fighting games, you know how like sometimes there will be like more buttons on the controller than there are buttons that you can use in the game? Mm-hmm. And so to psych people out, like what pros will do is they'll hit a button to throw somebody off. Could you imagine if you're playing a Guilty Gear set and all of a sudden you just hear star and you thought that somebody threw out a special and you get bodied?
Bro, that's some serious mind game shit.
Bro, you want to know what the real mind games are?
Yeah.
You talking about all them extra buttons? You look to your right, motherfuckers got a Yu-Gi-Oh! Dual Disc just with buttons.
Meta this, meta that. Have you ever met a girl before?
Holy shit, that's fucking amazing. Oh, man. Well...
mind games at tournaments.
Dude, it's fucking good.
Yeah.
It's fucking
It's like,
crazy.
all right, so like I follow the saga of two pro players in Melee. I follow Mango and Hungrybox, mainly because I love Mango and I hate Hungrybox. All right, no, Hungrybox has had a redemption arc recently, so I can't say too much about him. But during his peak of like 2016 through like 2018, I fucking hated the guy. He was a pompous piece of shit, and like he kind of agrees with that now, so like I can kind of like he's had like a realization of how shitty he was being, so like I can respect him for that. However, he's still a fucking pop off idiot, so I can't get past that. But like I follow like Mango, and like Mango doesn't like resort to things like mind games and like shit like that. He just puts in the grind and just does sick shit all the time. He's not some cookie cutter Falco player. What?
Oh, none. My bad. Just keep sucking dick.
Shut the fuck up.
But anyway, no, but like if you were into like the melee scene, like you would understand like where like Mango is like the crowd favorite. He like everybody
but
feels
He's
this
the
way.
man. He's the man.
I already take more than 3 showers in a week, so I'm all set.
Yeah.
Shut
Well,
the
I mean,
fuck
like,
up,
it's kind of
God.
funny though that like all the top players shower regularly, use deodorant, wear cologne on occasion. Like all the top players practice regular hygiene. It's just all the people that go to like weeklies and monthlies that like local shit. They're the ones that don't practice regular hygienic rituals. Like it's weird, but
Deodorant is a fucking skill issue at fucking
it's
Smash.
people. It's the people who drown in pools. It's,
They drown in pools because they drown in showers.
exactly. It's like they're just afraid of water. So
I
it's
forgot
like
who said it, but they're so busy trying to study the combos that they forgot the true combo of water plus
soap
soap.
and water.
That's the thing, because like, so if you eat healthy and like you get enough sleep and you drink water, you're gonna feel great during your tournament.
Right.
It's proven. Like for instance,
Meanwhile, Mango's out here sleeping like 3 hours a night because he plays League until 6 o'clock in the morning, and then all he drinks is Bud Light. He's just
Oh my god.
yeah. This man is like the least healthy in the world, but like he performs so well. He has
He's
good
the most healthiest
hygiene.
Smash player.
No, bro, he ain't healthy. This man is not healthy. But he like he doesn't resort to like mind games. He doesn't resort to, like tripping up his play. Like he just puts in the grind. He just does sick shit, and like that's it. Meanwhile, Hungrybox, because he plays a very unorthodox character, he's the only top level Jigglypuff player other than Toussaint, but Toussaint is like B tier, A tier at best. Like he has been like it's been recorded him on stream at a tournament looking at his his opponent's controller as they're trying to put in inputs. Like that's some kind of fuck shit right there, but like nobody really says anything about it because
fucking dope.
because like melee requires so much focus, so much attention, because so much can happen within like a fraction of a second, that he has the time to take his eyes off the screen and look at his opponent's hands and then be able to register what they're doing with their controller and then put his eyes back on the screen and apply that to what he's going to do next. It's kind of a skill, but at the same time, it's kind of a mind game, because like now that it's been exposed that he does that, people are kind of like Mewtwo King. If you look at Mewtwo King play, he sits cross-legged with his controller tucked between his legs because he doesn't want Hungrybox to look at his controller. So it's kind of like a mind game where now he has to adjust how he's comfortably sitting, which will adjust his playstyle. So like mind games and fighting games is kind of weird. And then I don't know. I feel like I derailed this whole kind of fucking conversation right now because I'm a fucking melee nerd.
Allow me to derail further. Dystopia check. Lizzo will perform in the first Metaverse Music Award show.
Oh my
Um,
god.
fucking
I heard Lizzo and I just started laughing immediately.
fucking
Why
disgust.
do they give her screen time still?
Not only that, but what the fuck in the metaverse of all things? I'm gonna link it.
My man, Greg, could you try and be great? Shut the fuck up, boy.
Don't like
Oh,
the,
man.
with the elementary school piano.
Literally.
My first act discovery keyboard.
It just like
Oh,
reminds
shit.
me of like the that cat keyboard that they played Redbone on.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
speaking like the metaverse, it's just like somebody coming from somebody who has a VR headset. Like the fact is they're trying to make the metaverse a thing.
Wait. I'm sorry, Arthur. I have to stop you. I'm sorry. Can we all collectively just take a look at the fucking title and read the tagline
Which one?
of the fucking thing I just said?
Oh,
Read it.
You'll need Roblox to watch. I'm sorry.
You have to fire up Roblox to watch an April 30th. We missed it. We missed this monumental event.
What happened?
You'll have to fire up Roblox to watch on April 30th. What the fuck?
There's no way. There's no fucking way.
You can already
Fix
access
this.
a pre-event experience with Virtual Logtech Store and Roblox. If you missed the main show, you can watch additional performances on the 30th and the one May 1st at 12 p.m. We're missing this monumental event in Roblox.
Fuck, god damn it. It's like the Coachella of dog shit. Fuck. Holy shit, what the fuck is going on in this world? Like, literally, this is gonna be a segment where I will just browse until I find the most dystopian, zany bullshit, and it's just gonna be punctuated by Dystopia Watch, and I'll just fucking drop it for us to react to, because this is ridiculous. What the fuck do you mean Lizzo is performing on Roblox in the metaverse?
Daddy,
well, you
Travis
read it.
Scott on Fortnite.
Oh my god, yeah. Fuck. It's
Guys, has anybody heard any news from him after, like, you know, his big thing of just like performing
No.
despite 30 people hurt?
and
You mean
dead.
30 people
Dead.
dying?
Yeah, 30
Dead.
people dying. Yeah,
Yeah. Eliminated.
yeah, like the
What
man.
is Travis Scott up
Well,
to?
But
There's
also,
a lot of theories saying that it was like satanic sacrifices, and like
They're all
I
good.
don't doubt it from seeing the state of like the music industry in Hollywood right now. So like, I don't doubt that that's exactly what happened. However, that's also, you know, like some tinfoil hat shit, some tinfoil kippa shit.
Yeah, I
And
still gotta make the tin foil fitted.
yeah, bro, the tinfoil fitted.
tinfoil, no brim.
The tin foil, no brim.
Oh, it's the tinfoil with no brim.
That's fucking crazy.
Let me go around.
But like the metaverse and like they're trying to make this a thing. They you meet all sorts of people on VR. Like this. So I play around with like VR chat, and I played around with like Rec Room. I have to say, Rec Room seems like Rec Room obviously is gonna have a bunch of kids more, but at the same time that feels safe. And I have to admit, the interior like Rec Room feels like it felt like our community college that we went to, and so it felt really cool. And you go like VR chat, and it's just like you have all these like weird rooms, like some that look like natural, but then some that are just like obviously like relates to like a sex dungeon. Because you have all like these cliques of just like e-boys and e-girls with like anime avatars with like cat ears and fishnets and such like that. That just shit in front of the of like the mirror, and like they just talk to each other on like Discord or something like that. And like, you know, like I'll come over and be like, hello, look at me, and then just kind of like my funky looking model and try to say hi, and they just like, you know, they just ignore. They're just, it's weird. There's like social cliques and like the meta and like VR chat, and there's just so much like pervy stuff. Like they realize like if they're trying to make this a thing, like, you know,
right.
Here's the thing. Metaverse is like they're trying to make it like the new real life, which is like some like freaky shit.
Right.
Trying to make Second Life again.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say the Second Life fucking Evangelion Third Impact event is going to occur.
Here's the thing, though.
It's gonna happen.
There's a difference between real life and real life with the unfiltered access to the internet. Because these same people who have anime girl avatars in VR chat are the same people that are like 650 pounds that can't move around without a fucking mobility scooter in the grocery store. And they have no confidence outside of their computer screen. So this is creating a whole new level of toxicity for people that think that they can escape the real world that watch Sword Art Online one time.
Yep.
And there's like this whole issue with like there's a whole issue with like parasocial relationships, like the idea of just like you don't fall in love with like the person, you fall in love with like the model and what they present, and that's
right.
And it's like this is it's just a strange time that we live in, like
unprecedented, even
unprecedented, like once in a lifetime, like moments happening every 6 months. Wow.
Yeah.
It's like I miss the wild wild west of the internet back then, when it's just like yes, where it's just like your life wasn't tied to the internet. Like you can post a video on like classic like YouTube, and then it was just like
I miss the time when it was normal to literally touch grass. You know what I mean? Like we're so far gone.
We weren't like connected like 24/7 like we before. Like we could still separate ourselves from like the internet personalities that we personified. But now it's just like you aren't you without Instagram, without a tag, without this. And it's like especially for people who are like famous like on the internet, it's hard for them to separate from that as well.
Yeah. Because like I like to look at like Mr. Beast in that form, because like I saw Mr. Beast like at first when I first like discovered his channel, like a few years ago, I was like, oh, he's just like another hype beast YouTuber who likes to flash around his money. But then like I would like see him on other things outside of his channel, like Joe Rogan's podcast and like just other things in general, like other interviews, and he's not like that at all. He is like, he's very driven. He's not just like, okay, let me just follow this formula. Like, well, he does follow a formula that works. However, he does a lot of things behind the scenes outside of his channel that like proves that he's like just like a real human being. And yes, he is viral. Yes, he is a very popular internet persona. However, he makes it very clear that he is also a human being. And that's pretty hard to do when you look at other people in the same line as him. Like, I would put him in the same category as like Logan Paul, where like Logan Paul just blew up. He has like sort of a younger fan base. He was a hype beast. He flashed around his money. However, what does Logan Paul do outside of that? And when they see what you do is conservation practices and trying side of his content. So, like, a sociopath who doesn't give a fuck about anything other than money.
Hot takes.
And
hot takes.
I'm not even a hot take. Like, you just fucking look at the clickbait. Oh, we filmed the guy who fucking killed himself in the forest in Japan. And like that's something that will haunt him for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
Because that's probably the most disrespectful thing you probably could have ever done as a human being, is film somebody's dead fucking body and describe it in detail for clicks.
Yeah, seriously.
But in Mr. Beast's case, it's like, okay, guys, we're going to plant 20 million trees. Wow. Okay, well, like, that's what he likes to do. He's using his influence for that.
I did tell you guys that I was in a Mr. Beast video, right?
Yeah, well, while you were working at Krispy Kreme, and then you were like, "Yo, have a blessed day," and you were in
Yup.
there for like a minute, and I was like,
I was in there
"Yo!"
for like 2 seconds. I just posted it in the chat. And also, again, I probably brought this up the first time around that we did the first like the pro. Oh God, should I even speak of? Okay, but the only
No.
reason I even have a PC is because of Mr. Beast coming in that day for Christmas, and my PC was a fucking a Christmas gift to myself with that money that he gave me. He gave me $500 that time, and I used that towards this PC. So all I'm saying is there is a non-0% chance that we can have Mr. Beast on the podcast. And I'm not saying that like we're gonna like do that, but like it would be fucking sweet.
Just
But
need to
it's
get one
also
uploaded.
right, exactly. That's the thing, is that we actually have to get one uploaded and get it somewhere. But I feel like, I mean, he lives in, so I feel like it would be cool to actually thank him in person, because like of course I couldn't really thank him because I was on the clock and everybody was like, oh my god, he's Mr. Beast, oh my god. But like I remember Mr. Beast was very, his on-screen persona and his like actual persona are vastly different. And I think that's integral to being a success on a platform like YouTube, because like you said, like Logan Paul does that kind of shit because that's who he is.
Mm-hmm.
Versus, Mr. Beast, who has created this persona that is very much, whimsical and, very, all that. But like when I interacted with him briefly while he was sitting in the break room, like he was very sort of business focused and driven. He wasn't like very he was friendly, but friendly enough. You know what I mean? And it's something to respect about the guy when he can come off, as, this really sort of larger than life kind of character almost when he's in his videos, because that's what sells and that's what makes clicks and that's what gets the younger, audience to really enjoy his content. But then when you break down to it, like he's really about his shit, and it's really impressive even to see someone as young as us. This nigga is literally the same age as us, and he's like, like a fucking shark to this shit. It's really inspirational. Like I would love to fucking actually sit down and have a conversation with Mr. Beast someday. It would be fucking cool because the dude's really interesting.
And
he poggers even.
Yes, Pog Champ even.
Indeed, poggers.
So psych, we can't mention that on here. Sorry, Twitch, because Gutex is a domestic terrorist for supporting the storming of the Capitol.
Yeah, fucking. We can't talk about my. I can't post my Melvin Pogchamp anymore. I'm so angry.
Did Gutex actually say that?
Oh God, do you not know?
Gutex supported the or openly stated that he supported the storming of the Capitol, which Twitch decided to then silence him, get rid of the PogChamp emote, and replace it with whatever the fucking dinosaur is now. And what the fuck is it to Twitch? It's just the man's beliefs.
Literally.
Like, fuck you. Like, okay, like, but like, here's the thing though. Like, he could have said on the same coin, like he could have demonized the people who did that. He could have, said like, man, those guys are so evil, and then Twitch would have been like, here you go, here's like 1 trillion channel points, and like, it's so fucked that just like you have to follow the narrative of the people who own this corporation or this company, or you will just be screwed out of everything that you've worked so hard to do. And let's get away from that, because I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. But what the fuck were we talking about? Oh yeah, Mr. Beast. He is very business driven, and I like that about him. Like he's talked about that on like the Joe Rogan podcast when he was just on there recently. He was like he would like just put in the grind. Like he went to community college, though he took the Kyle route and fucked off the entire time. And
you mean the fucking optimal route? Because literally same.
Because community college is a waste of time and money.
On God.
Yeah.
All college in general.
I don't know. I feel like I would have gotten a better education if I went to like a real college,
I
but like,
guarantee. Listen, I live down the street from one. I guarantee you would not.
bruh lives down the street from fucking.
No, I live down the street from Division One. They suck, but it's a Division One nonetheless. And I guarantee, I'm telling you for a fact, like just seeing the absolute retards that go there as a fucking community college dropout, and I'm like, are you guys fucking dense? Yeah, no, I'm telling you, you're not missing out on shit. It's a social event at best. Like, it's
Yeah.
not all it's cracked up to be, seriously.
I will say it really depends on like the teachers and classes that you get surrounded in. Like for
And your
I
major.
and the major too. Like, but like if you're going for I would say community college is great because it does help you understand like for cheap. If it's just like yeah,
Exactly.
this is for me or no, it's not for me. Because think about it. Because like I stand by community college because I met some great people. I met you guys at the community college that we went to.
Yeah, same.
And
Exactly.
like in like like at the very end I was stressing on my mind, but I had a great time and I still think fondly of the place. I still think fondly of the fishbowl. And and like kind of
But
like
like
this
you aren't thinking of it on an educational level. You're thinking of
I
the people that you met there.
and that's the important thing. It's just like you meet people at community college. Like that's how you network. But like
Mhm.
education wise, like yeah, no, I had some shitty teachers. Like there were some that were just like, just read the book. And I'm like, I am reading it, but it's not clicking. And then like, that was like for like one of my algebra classes. And then I had some awesome algebra teachers like, all right, we're gonna speed run this. But if you have any questions, please let me know and we'll run through this as many times until you need to understand it. And I was like, oh. And then I ran through and it just clicked for me with her, just kind of like because there are some passionate people. Like I had a bomb ass Italian teacher. I forget her
Another
name.
point for the Italians.
Yeah, so like she was such a sweetheart. She was so nice. Like I messed up during a presentation. She's like, just redo the presentation. We'll be last instead. You volunteered first. I appreciate that. So, and that was really nice of her. And like I didn't do like exceedingly well in Italian, but I did like well enough to pass and get good enough marks on it. And then like, at the end I was like relieved and she was like, I just want to let you know that you and like the class that I had with you, like, it's been great. It's been really nice. You're all very sweet. And so I'm just like, it is like the quality of teaching like does depend on the teacher too, because again, it's not just them being sweet, but it's also them actually caring about like teaching the material. And then of course you got
Right.
the other shitty teachers that are just like, we're just gonna go over the regiment once again. We're just gonna go down the list and just kind of
Like 99% of the professors that I had.
which is
Right.
unfortunate because like there's some cool teachers there, but community college, I'd say it's not a complete waste of time. It is a cheaper alternative to help you get like just like the stuff that you need if you want to actually consider going into college.
But like I
Right.
guess it's like a different experience for everybody because Arthur's major was like like DAT, like digital arts, like shit like
Mhm.
that. My major, I switched majors halfway through. I was at first electrical engineering, and then I switched to IT halfway through. However, both proved to be significant amounts of bullshit. My first ever class, and I will forever remember my first assignment from my first ever class, was English 101 with Mr. Lowe, and
Stop buffing
I
him.
I poured my heart and soul into this first paper because he was like, okay, guys, we're going to choose a topic here. It's called music. And I was like, oh, cool. I love music. I'm super passionate about music. What's it going to be? He's going to be like, okay, well, you're going to pick a movie from a song from a certain time period. And then you're going to write a paper about it and how it was significant. And so the time period that I got was 90s, early 2000s. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to do Jumper by Third Eye Blind.
Word.
And so I was like, it's about suicide. I'm going to do like a massive paper about this. It's going to be really good. And so from that land, my friend. But
Yeah.
which you could cut ties from all the lies that you've been living in.
Living in.
The
But
classic.
anyway, I did a lot of research. I looked up, I was doing like Genius articles and everything on why they wrote this song, what the premise of the song was, like where it stemmed from, and I cited everything. I was like, this is a great format. I'm going in. I got an F.
Why?
I don't know. I honestly have no idea. And then it hit me 2 semesters later.
What?
The professors at community college have a complex because they are not actual professors at a real college. Therefore, they need to grade unrealistically harshly on their students because of this complex that they have.
Mm.
And I found that out very harshly from another professor I had, Mr. Scales. Now, Mr. Scales taught a little
Just
class
dox
called
him right on the podcast. Why don't you?
Mr. I said Mr.
Nah, just dox him. Just this guy from Naugatuck
All right,
Valley.
Dave
No,
Scales.
no.
Keep it out.
He was so fucking full of himself because he used to work at an actual university. And then like he quit and then he like retired, whatever, and then like he wanted to come back in. And he was working at this community college and he was just sucking himself off the entire fucking time. Like, yeah, I worked at this college, I worked here, I did this class, I taught this class. I'm like, okay, that's good for you. However, how is that going to help us in our college experience? I understand that you used to work at like Yale or wherever the fuck you were, but you're not there anymore, dude. How is that going to help us in our journey here at community fucking college?
On God.
And so him teaching the class in that way made me look at all of my other classes through a completely different lens. These guys have a complex that they cannot teach at the level that they want to because they're at a community college rather than an actual university.
It's
And
really important to think like about that in terms of talking about how much of an impact educators have on their fucking students, because going through community college for me, I had a great time, but it was because I made myself out to be likable more than it was I was actually doing. I mean, I did fine. I'm a pretty decently intelligent guy. Like, I'm not that stupid, I think. But fucking, yeah, like, most of my teachers were just cool with me because I made an effort to, that's what I really took away. But at the same time, I kind of went back, thinking about it, I was like, but none of them really gave a shit about what they were teaching. They were just cool with me because I was funny and I was personable and I was respectful. So it really got it in my head where it's like, wait, this is a waste of time because I treat everybody like this, and this, like, I'm not actually gaining anything. I'm just sitting here. And then eventually, of course, I had a bunch of other tragedies occur all at once, and then I ended up just leaving and then owing the fucking school $800. But, so I think really the long and short of the college experiment is that college is a fantastic place to learn how to network with people, but past that, it doesn't offer a fucking lot, does it?
yeah, and it's been very clear to me, to people in my life in particular, that you don't need college to succeed.
Right.
For example,
exactly.
As I said, I'm estranged from my family, but however, my father, for example, he dropped out of high school in sophomore year. However, later on in life, he got his GED, and he became one of the top bidding associates. Hang on. Did Craig just send me another fucking notification that it stopped recording? Don't fucking tell me. All right, no, we're cool. He became one of the top bidding associates of the largest roofing contractor in the state of Connecticut. He was making himself, after, getting his GED, dropping out of high school, an over 6-figure salary. And I was like, that's some commendable shit. Like, he did that. he did that himself. That was his grind. That's what he did. He was a laborer, made his way up to a foreman, up his way to a supervisor, up his way to another office job, and then he was a bidder. And that's some serious shit. That's nice. And so, like, it's the fact that you don't need college, and the stigma that you do need college is very damaging, extremely damaging.
I would agree in that stigma, yes, because like it does matter on like you and the people. Like, there's a lot of factors when it comes to like success. At least from what I understand, it's about you, your drive, and the people around you that are willing to help. You
Yeah.
know, because like those things, like it really does come down to like community and like and yourself. Like, do you have a good personality? Are you able to take care of like things? Do you have like are you respectable and responsible? Are the people around you willing like to help out and like what you want to, and what can you offer them? It's a lot of that, like just going around, and like I can see why, like for college, for some people it's not great, especially now with like, oh yeah, 2020, I'm going to college. Wait, my 4-year classes are now all online. What the heck,
I would have rather preferred that, because online classes, I hate to say it this way, but there's a pretty high chance that you can cheat and succeed.
Oh, what do you retain? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's
but at the
That's
end of the
important part.
day, what do you need to retain? What do you
Routine.
need to retain that the job that you get because of that degree won't train you to do?
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna
So
say.
it's like there's my favorite meme of all time: the Chad time stealer versus the virgin hard worker.
On God. I was talking about this shit today with my mom.
Yeah, because like the Chad time stealer does this thing called stealing time, which he lies on his resume. He says that he has a fucking master's degree in business science, and he does everything that he can to not work.
Which is
You know,
always morally correct.
yes, because you want to know why that works? Because as Bill Gates has said, as evil as he is,
Oh God.
Bill Gates said, always hire a lazy person because they will find the easiest way to do your job.
Mm-hmm. And that's fucking
And
true.
it is very true, because the Chad time stealer definitely finds the easiest way to do the job, because he wants to work as little as possible. And working as little as possible, I feel, is the utmost of efficiency.
Exactly.
And
I'm not
so,
lazy. I'm going for optimal runs.
exactly.
Speed running this shit. I'm
Yeah.
defeating this job in half an A press, y'all.
However, when it comes to doing the job the easiest way possible, you make the job itself look easy.
Hmm.
So that makes you look like a very knowledgeable hard worker, because it makes this job look like not so much a challenge. Then there comes the virgin hard worker, who views the job in a very difficult viewpoint, who says, I need to put my all into this. I need to work after hours. I need to apply myself in every angle possible. And I feel like these two positions have a very different outcome. Because people who apply themselves extremely hard, giving 150% at all hours of the day during their workday, even after hours, they are viewed by higher leadership as they have to do this because they don't understand the job. However, the people, the Chad time stealers, when they do things that are just, okay, what they think as I'm being lazy, management may think as they don't view this as a challenge, therefore they are too good at their job. So I love how the two are completely different by how they apply themselves versus how it's viewed by the company. I find that fucking hilarious.
Yeah. Fucking A. I also find that most jobs, the harder you work, like the more they give you the fucking runaround. You know what I mean? Like,
It's my favorite thing is be careful what you're good at.
right, exactly. Because fuck, oh here we go again. Time to talk about my favorite confectionery concentration camp, that is Krispy Kreme. Um fucking Krispy Kreme, I busted my ass for 2 years in that place. When I got in the door, I made sure that everybody knew that I was willing to learn, that I was willing to do, and that I would do more than what anybody expected from me. And at first, everything seemed to be going all right. They were like, "Yeah, Melvin, you're kicking ass. The fucking customers love you." I still have people. I got recognized from working at Krispy Kreme at the liquor store not too long ago. I went in, I didn't have my ID. They asked me for ID when I brought like this. I forgot what the fuck. I think I bought Jameson, and I bring it up. I put it on the counter. I
Hennessy.
get my no, shut up.
No, you've been buying White Claws.
Yeah, I was buying some White Claws and fucking Natter Days, and I put it on the
Hungry
counter.
Orchard.
Yep, I put it on the counter, and I'm like, she's like, can I see some ID? And I was like, dang it. I actually don't have it. I'm so sorry. Hold on. It's down the street. Can I just leave this here? And I'm doing the whole spiel. And then she's like, no, actually, it's okay. I recognize you. Here, I know you. And then she just let me go through it. And I was like, oh, cool. Wait, how do you know me? And then she looks at me and she's like, Krispy Kreme. And I was like, God.
There we go. What
Thank
the
you, Craig.
hell?
Yeah, so for the listeners at home, I guess fucking Craig is a very good program that never doesn't work. Anyway,
Find an alternative.
yes. No, it's okay. It's solid. It works, and I like that it cuts our audio up. It's fine. But anyway, yeah. So I got the indication that it's like, yeah, my earned time off was being seen as an inconvenience, and as though that was going to influence her decision to give me the time off that I had earned was part of the reason that I decided to quit, because I was like, clearly this place just doesn't value me and how much effort I put in. And like, I like shit. There's a lot more that goes into making them fucking donuts than people realize. You know what I mean? It's not like you press a button and it makes those. You gotta lift heavy shit all day long. The decorating is an arduous process. We have to make hundreds upon hundreds of dozens of fucking donuts every fucking day to keep up with the demand. And ever since I left, that fucking place barely gets any business, even on the weekends, because it's such a fucking poorly managed thing since we went corporate that nobody fucking wants to go anymore. And so
Yeah.
I got recognized. My worth, got recognized by the customers there because of how much I put in, but the company itself would never recognize it in a million years.
Welcome
And
to Disney in a fucking nutshell.
we
And a
just gotta
lot
title
of
this.
the appreciation comes after you have already left.
Right, exactly. We got to call this podcast just the Hating on Disney podcast, because it's literally how 90% of the
Gotten
conversation is just
so many messages from previous coworkers saying, like, can you please come back? This place is a shithole without you here.
right, exactly.
It's
fucking bullshit.
ridiculous. Like,
It's
even
seriously.
places that I, like, when I first started at Disney, I was part-time. And, like, yeah, I was working, like, 60-hour weeks because I was picking up. But, like, at the end of the day, I was still a part-time employee. And I still get
Holy
messages
shit.
from people from, where I was in my part-time position there saying, we need you back here because this place is a shithole without you here. And, like, it's crazy to think that just one part-time employee had such an impact on this
Mhm.
one spot.
Right. And here's something a little relevant, but actually, go ahead, Arthur. Sorry.
That's like there's something serendipitous about like on hearing that like, hey, like you should come back because like how great you were. Because
Mhm.
like that's the thing that I feel like managers should recognize. It's just like maybe like not like for those that like really want to be there and really want to work, recognize those people and reward those people because like they want to put in like they want the chance to succeed. And then
Exactly.
just keep brushing it aside and keep giving like menial tasks. It's just like, okay, I see like the worth is not there. And
And
again,
so
it's so
I really want to
serendipity.
relay off of that. I'm going to let you finish your thought, but I really, really want to relay off of that from what I was saying earlier.
Mm.
Go on. No,
Oh.
you can finish your thought. I'm sorry.
No, that's what you're saying. It's just like it's so like vilifying and like serendipitous. It's just like, hey, you were great. Like especially in like situations where you doubt yourself and just like, oh, maybe I'm not doing like enough, blah blah blah. And then like there comes the point where it's just like, all right, screw it, I'm gonna go leave and go do something else, go figure something else.
Mm.
And then just hearing how much you were worth is just
And they will use your work ethic to fucking guilt you, won't they? You know what I mean? They'll be like, man, but you do so good here. You know what I mean? And that's such bullshit because they know that it's if you take pride in your work, somebody else being like, yeah, I recognize your work is enough of a carrot on a stick to keep them exploiting you. It's bullshit.
Ooh, that
Yeah.
reminds me of the time where like I did 2 years as a concierge work for like the building. The people
Mm.
all there loved me, and so like I was just like, yeah, like
Cool.
I got to hang out, doodle. The hours were shit and the pay was terrible, but that was management. But the people there were the perk, and so there
Mhm.
came a point where I got the offer to go to like my newest job, which is like being like an office jockey essentially, and like so far I love it. Like there's like some like caveat and there's some like BS here and there, but so far it's pretty nice. It's pretty chill. And it's just like when I was like saying like, yeah, I'm gonna quit, and they're like, oh, like, is there anything we can do to make you stay? And I'm just like, yeah, if you want to be stay, preferably I prefer like these hours, like $20 an hour to be at the same rate as other concierge and other apartment buildings, as well as
Mhm.
perhaps some like talks about different hours. And they're just like, "Ah, yeah, no, we can't beat that. Sorry." I'm just like, well, thank you. And it's just like, oh, okay. And like now, like apparently, I went to go back into the building to go say hi and see if there's any like Christmas cards left for me. Like that same management won't pay the people that have been there for like 5 years like any higher. Like they
Mm-mm.
have not given any raises because the
Mm-mm.
company themselves is saying, yeah, like we really can't, we don't have enough money to do so. Despite the
Yeah,
fact that
COVID.
despite the fact
Yeah.
that basically what is like the homeowners association of that apartment complex is saying we want to pay these guys more so we can keep them, but like the management is like, nah, we really can't."
I'm going to say it out loud. COVID is a cop out for corporations to treat their employees like shit.
Absolutely.
Ding, ding,
I
ding,
don't even
ding,
want to
ding, ding, ding. Fucker,
think
you're
about
goddamn
people like
right.
that because that shit has been. That's something I just don't even want to get into. That's ridiculous.
Seriously.
So bad. Okay, like regardless. Okay, so I feel like things are put into a political compass that they shouldn't be. Like
Mm.
like sexual rights and things like that. Why is that political? Like why? It shouldn't be. Another thing that shouldn't be political is a quote unquote world pandemic. That should
Mm.
not be a political fucking topic. Why is
Seriously.
it? It has nothing to do with politics. It has absolutely nothing to do with politics. How we combat it, certainly, I guess, under different administrations, they view it as a certain thing. However, the topic itself should not be political.
Yeah.
When it comes to COVID, here's what I've gathered so far from just looking at it from a lens of somebody who doesn't watch mainstream media. I've seen it as a way for corporations to cop out from major bailouts.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have to provide as many amenities to their employees.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen that backed up again by a major unemployment spike after the peak of the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Right.
sure, yeah, places were shutting down, then there was a spike in unemployment. However, places started opening back up, people went back to their jobs. Then there was another spike in unemployment because people realized, wait a minute, my job fucking hates me.
Right.
I
Right.
am getting out of here as soon as possible.
Mm-hmm.
So these corporations thought that their quote unquote loyal employees would just stick around through them cutting all of their benefits, cutting all of their perks, cutting all of their amenities of being at that job in the first place. For example, Disney. And Disney still has not yet brought back their employee discounts. And
Holy
that's
shit.
fucking insane to me because that was one of the major perks of being there. We got 20% off, 40% off at certain restaurants. And then Disney thought that they were being the heroes that saved the day by periodically setting up a 50% merchandise discount. Okay, well, you're still making a profit on this because all of your distribution centers are in fucking China and you charge 50 cents to fucking, or you pay all these workers 50 cents to make these products in the first place. So they're still making a profit off of us getting a 50% discount. And so this pandemic in general has just really woken me up to the fact that these corporations and these businesses really, like, on a level that I could not comprehend before, do not fucking care about a human life. They do not care.
And
like,
now,
I knew it before. But only to an extent. I was like, okay, yeah, like, it's a mega corporation. They just view me as a number. But then, like, afterwards, I really got the view of that they do not fucking care whether I live or die on their soil. They do not care.
And it's crazy because it's literally every single industry. For example, the fucking article that I just linked. Huh?
Nobody is spared. That's what I said.
Dead ass. Because, like, and this is the thing. Big Bad, always fantastic to have to talk about on the show. Blizzard, back in the news. Because fucking, yeah. The link that I just shared, it's like, yeah, they're being accused of threatening employees for discussing the working conditions that are going on in their fucking, in store. Like, the fact that these companies are so adamant to treat their employees like shit and then bar people from even talking about it is just, more than enough evidence. But the fact that it's happening in game development, it's happening in, basic retail, it's happening everywhere. And then people are, because we still just go to these jobs and then they expect us to do more work. You know what I mean? It's like, fuck no. We're gonna be the Chad ass time stealing sons of bitches that you have designed us to be, since you guys don't provide anything that's worth us working as hard as we wanted to for you before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, not to sound like a socialist cuck, but like, but the means of fucking production need to be seized by the people because these motherfuckers do not give a shit about what they do with it. You can live and die in their sweatshops, and even jobs that shouldn't be sweatshops. Why the fuck is there a hostile work environment at Blizzard where they make video games? Like, you know what I mean? Why are they pushing people that hard to make this shit? It doesn't make any fucking sense. But yeah, late stage capitalism, baby. Woo! Give it up for late stage capitalism.
But before Craig shits the bed once again, it is like it has been almost like 2 hours, I think, like an hour 45.
No, yeah, it's been about
quite a successful episode, I'd say.
Honestly, yeah, no, we had a pretty solid.
3 times where we had to change Craig,
We had to change Craig's stinky diaper because
it looks like Arthur has to do a little bit of extra work and splice together the audio of 3 different files. But
I did have the drawing set, so that's pretty good, I think.
Yeah.
So hopefully,
so we can upload it on YouTube, so that's a good thing.
Yes.
Let's see. We gotta do something before we go, though. Okay, what's the most "This Is Totally Me" movie for you?
This is totally me. That's so me. Oh my god. Yeah. Hashtag me. Hashtag relatable.
Yeah.
Fuck.
By me, like, what do you mean this is so me? As in, like, your tastes and like
okay, so you know how you'll watch a movie and it will change your personality as a kid? What was one movie that did that for you that you always go back
I thought you were going a different route. Like, in adulthood, like, what is the most thing that you can relate to? I was gonna say Midnight in Paris by directed by Woody Allen.
Solid film. It is.
Have you seen it though?
Film. I know about it. I've heard the reviews. I should watch it, but no.
It's very good. It's starring what's what the
Owen
fuck is his name?
Wilson.
Owen Wilson. There you go. Thank you. Sorry. It's just about a guy who's not accepted by his surroundings. He's in a very toxic relationship with his fiance who doesn't agree with his interests. He wants to write a novel about a guy who works at a nostalgia shop and who feels like he is living in the current wrong generation because he has interests that align with that of the 1920s rather than the 2010s. And so, like, he is transported back via a, I guess, magical car that arrives at the stroke of midnight on a certain street in France while he's on vacation with his fiance, that transports him back to the 1920s. And he gets to hang out with Ernest Hemingway, Francis Scott Key, his wife Zelda, Picasso. Like, he gets to hang out with all these influential people, and it really helps him in his novel writing about this guy in the nostalgia shop. And so, like, it's like the soundtrack is amazing, the visuals are amazing, just the story itself is just crazy, and like I highly recommend it.
Yeah.
That sounds like a me movie. I would enjoy that movie. But I guess like movie that would be like that's so me is like sounds. It's I guess I would say the Lego Movie because like as a kid, like when I was always obsessed with Lego as a kid, and seeing that movie came out, and I was just like the references and the fact that the animators at the Warner Brothers Studios that did it, like they took reference from like old stop motion animation films. Like they looked into like the community that I used to be a part of when I was like a kid. Like I never made much. I was able to do some shitty stop motion with my Logitech webcam on my dad's desk with like the little Lego playmat, and like that got me into like liking like what I went to school for. And like seeing the attention to detail about like the parts, the references, the way that they moved, and the way like it was supposed to be stiff. I originally thought it was completely stop motion, but no, it was all done via computer. But they took the attention to detail, and like the message is just like like building and just kind of like you don't have to be like you don't have to be great. You just are you know.
Right. Yeah. I'll fuck with that.
Yeah.
Sean?
I wasn't. I'm not really a huge movie person growing up. I guess I would have to say Night Before Christmas because of my love of Halloween.
Word.
Otherwise, I don't know. I didn't really have like a personality movie. You feel me?
Word. I gotta kind of like recap mine. So the film stars Breckenmeyer and Jennifer Love Hewitt reprising their roles as John Arbuckle and Dr. Liz Wilson, respectively, and Bill Murray reprising his role as the voice of Garfield. New cast
this
members
stupid
include Billy
mutt.
Connolly. Anyway,
on, man.
no, but I think genuinely, the Truman Show is a totally that's totally me movie for me.
I never watched it. Is it good?
Oh, it's fantastic. It's a fantastic film.
It's one of Jim Carrey's like greatest films.
Yeah, seriously. Jim Carrey super underrated as like a serious actor also because he's got
Same thing with John C. Reilly. He is fantastic in like serious roles.
Yeah, like it's crazy. No, but that movie really sort of the fact that the ending of the Truman Show really sort of affected me growing up. Because like instead of taking the deal and the fact that you don't know what happens after. Oh well, shit. Well, no, it's vague enough. Fuck off. But like instead of like doing the fact that you don't necessarily know what happens after for a long time filled me with like some weird sort of fear. But as I got older, I started realizing that it's like, yeah, that kind of fear of the unknown is the thing that like defines you, which is what really that movie, points out at the end. And so like, yeah, from then on, it's been like one of my favorite fucking movies. But yeah, man. And with that, I guess this is where the bus gets off.
Oh,
Fucking yeah, it's been fun, guys. Fucking thanks. We got to do this again sometime.
this is my stop. We gotta get off here now.
You got to get off.
My house is right there. Bus driver, where are you going?
Meanwhile, the bus driver is my fiance.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah,
Linda's driving the bus to your house.
She's our wrangler.
Yeah,
We're
the
going
Wrangler.
somewhere else today.
We'll have to have the Wrangler audit episode at some point in the future. But
Hell
anyway,
yeah.
this has been the Shortbus Society. Thank you for listening if you are. And take care, guys.
Yeah. Catch you later, fellas.
There you
Yeah,
go.
you're helpful.